The path to the 1% begins with a funeral, the funeral of your retail ego. Most people enter the market with a lottery ticket mentality, fueled by desperation and a thirst for instant gratification. They see the market as a casino where they can escape their 9 to 5, but the market is not a savior. It is a predator that feeds on the impatient. To the 1%, the market is a high-stakes mirror. It doesn't give you what you want, it reflects exactly who you are. If you are chaotic, your P&L will be chaotic. If you are disciplined, your wealth will be disciplined. To join the elite, you must kill the gambler inside you and replace him with a cold, calculated operator. Human biology is wired for failure in the markets. We evolved to run from pain and chase pleasure. But in trading, that is a death sentence. The 1% have undergone a psychological rewiring. They have achieved a state of emotional neutrality that borders on the superhuman. While the amateur's heart rate spikes with every tick of the candle, the elite investor feels nothing. They have disconnected their self-worth from their net worth. To them, a losing trade is not a personal failure. It is simply a business expense, the cost of doing business. They don't celebrate wins and they don't mourn losses. They only celebrate the flawless execution of their process.
The loudest person in the room is usually the weakest. Similarly, the trader who takes the most trades is usually the one losing the most money. The 1% mindset is built on the power of no. They're not looking for potential setups. They are hunting for perfection. They have the discipline to sit on their hands for days, watching the market move without them, refusing to be lured in by FOMO. They understand that capital is like ammunition. If you waste it on small birds, you'll have nothing left when the lions appear. In the elite world, your greatest asset isn't your balance, it's your ability to wait.
Amateurs are obsessed with the ceiling. How much can I make? The 1% are obsessed with the floor. How much can I lose? They treat their capital like a sacred trust. The elite mindset understands the risk of ruin. They know that a 50% loss requires a 100% gain just to break even. This is why they use risk as a shield, never exposing themselves to a hit they cannot recover from. They don't hope a trade turns around. They have a mathematical exit strategy before they even enter. They play the long game, knowing that as long as they stay in the arena, the law of large numbers will eventually make them rich.
If you read the same news, watch the same YouTubers, and use the same popular indicators as everyone else, you will end up broke like everyone else. The 1% are professional contrarians. They are comfortable being wrong in the eyes of the public to be right in the eyes of the market. When the media is euphoric, the 1% are quietly liquidating. When the news cycles are filled with blood and panic, the 1% are aggressively shopping. They don't seek validation from the herd. They trust their own backtesting, their own data, and their own intuition. To lead the pack, you must be willing to walk alone. The market is an ever-evolving puzzle, and the 1% are its most dedicated students. While the 99% blame market manipulation or bad luck for their failures, the elite perform a surgical autopsy on every mistake. They keep a meticulous journal, not just of their trades, but of their emotions during those trades. They are constantly refining their edge, backtesting thousands of data points, and seeking out new knowledge. They understand that in a world that is constantly changing, standing still is the same as moving backward. Their competition isn't the guy on the next screen, it's the person they were yesterday.
We live in an era of microwave success, where everyone wants it now. But the 1% mindset operates on a different clock. They don't care about winning the day. They care about winning the decade. They understand the magic of compounding, not just in money, but in skill. They're willing to look like they are failing for years while they build their foundation, knowing that once the momentum shifts, the growth will be unstoppable. They aren't looking for a get-rich-quick scheme. They're building a generational empire. They trade for freedom, not for a flashy car to impress strangers.
The secret to massive wealth is surprisingly boring. It is the relentless repetition of the same high-probability actions over and over again. The 1% have mastered the art of being bored, while others are searching for the next big thing or a new secret strategy. The elite are perfectly happy doing the same morning routine, the same chart analysis, and the same risk calculations every single day. They have turned their trading into a machine-like process. They don't need the excitement of the gamble because they have the satisfaction of the results. Excellence is not an act, it is a habit.
In the world of the 1%, there are no excuses and no victims. If you lose money, it's your fault. If you missed the move, it's your fault. If your internet went out and you didn't have a stop loss, it's your fault. This extreme ownership is the ultimate power. Because if the problem is out there, you are helpless. But if the problem is in here, you have the power to fix it. The elite take full responsibility for their environment, their psychology, and their results. They don't complain about the wind, they adjust their sails. They are the masters of their own fate.
You cannot be a casual 1% investor. It is a 24/7 lifestyle. The discipline you show in the gym is the same discipline you will show on the charts. The way you handle a marathon is the way you will handle a market drawdown. To think like the 1%, you must cultivate a locked-in state of mind. You must be obsessed with your goals, ruthless with your time, and protective of your energy. This is the BookSmartClub way. It's not about the money, it's about the person you become in the process of earning it. Are you ready to leave the 99% behind? The choice is yours. Stay locked in.